Hey guys, what is up? This is Mr. A. Crizzy here, and in today's movie review, I'm going to be doing a movie review on this new romantic comedy film streaming only on Amazon Prime Video, and this review is on You're Cordially Invited. You're Cordially Invited is directed by Nicholas Stoller and stars Will Ferrell, Reese Witherspoon, and Meredith Hagner. In this movie, it goes like this. A woman planning her sister's ideal wedding and the father of a bride to be discovered, their destination weddings at a remote resort are double booked. When both parties decide to share when both parties decide to share the small value, the chaos ensues and disaster awaits. And yeah. So I first saw the trailer to this movie like earlier last year, which is kind of strange for like a streaming movie to release a trailer super early before the movie comes out. I mean, the movie just came out, of course, like a couple days ago, and so when I first heard about this movie, it had me interested because I do like Will Ferrell and Reese Witherspoon together, and of course, this comes to us from the director of Bros, which I still think Bros is a good movie that came out in 2022, and I still think it's a very underrated romantic comedy film that released in 2022. And then when I heard about this movie, You're Cordially Invited, it had me a little interested a little bit because it's Reese Witherspoon and Will Ferrell together, and while watching the trailer. It did look kind of funny from the trailer, while at the same time it felt serious in some ways. And even after watching this movie, I gotta say, You're Cordially Invited, I thought was a pretty good movie. I honestly thought it wasn't really that bad of a film. And yeah, and I think when it comes to the story in this film, the story itself is kind of like how two parties have discovered that their wedding's been double booked. And then, of course, like a bunch of chaos and disaster awaits, like some hilarious situations that happen throughout some scenes in the film. Although this movie doesn't even feel like a slapstick comedy, because I mean there's kind of like only one slapstick scene, but it wasn't really all that physical comedy much. Yeah, because since this is a romantic comedy film, there's honestly there's not really that much any slapstick in this film, because this movie kind of almost felt more like a serious type film, even though it's not really a drama film. It's a romantic comedy. It's kind of almost like movies like Bewitched, and it's kind of almost like Bewitched and Just Go With It. Like Just Go With It with Adam Sandler, and also that other Will Ferrell film I just mentioned, Bewitched. It's kind of almost like that. And you're not, and if you came into this movie like expecting slapstick humor, you're not really gonna get that here, because there's hardly any slapstick in this movie. But of course, I did like the scene involving the alligator. Of course, like how Will Ferrell's trying to Will Ferrell's character is like tackling an alligator, kind of like you see in the streaming poster of the film. And I did discover Meredith Hagner was also in the film too, and Meredith Hagner isn't really in that much films that I know of, but before this movie came out, Meredith Hagner was in that horror movie released in 2019, Brightburn. Yeah, Meredith Hagner was Aunt Marilee, like Brandon's aunt, of course, and school counselor. And Meredith Hagner, I thought was good in the film. I thought she did good in the film, along with the main lead stars Will Ferrell and Reese Witherspoon. They were both kind of funny together, but of course not that kind of physical comedy that you would expect. Because one of the production studios behind this movie is not only Gloria Sanchez, but also Hello Sunshine, and that's Reese Witherspoon's company, Hello Sunshine. And I think, what more can I say about You're Cordially Invited? It's a pretty good movie released on Amazon Prime Video, and oh yeah, and plus when I saw this movie being advertised on the Today Show on NBC like earlier, like a couple mornings ago, I actually saw this one clip from the movie where it actually features the song "Call Me Maybe" playing in the background, which that kind of almost reminds me how the song "Call Me Maybe" was actually featured in the Illumination film Sing. And of course, we know Reese Witherspoon was in the Sing films, including the first one where the song was heard, like, "Call Me Maybe" in the first Sing, where, and of course we know Reese Witherspoon played Rosita the pig in those films, and of course Will Ferrell is also known for playing Megamind, but in terms of Illumination, Will Ferrell played Maxine Lamal in Despicable Me 4, while Rosita played by Reese Witherspoon. But of course, Reese Witherspoon also worked on a DreamWorks animated film called Monsters vs. Aliens, and, she played Susan Murphy in Monsters vs. Aliens, so it's kind of almost like Susan Murphy and Megamind together, since they're both DreamWorks characters. But of course, that aside, I thought this was a pretty good movie, and, it's like, it's not like that type of physical comedy that you would expect, since this is a romantic comedy film, and it's kind of more on the serious side than on the comedy side, because it's honestly it's not really slapstick, because like I said, there's hardly any slapstick in this film, and yeah, but whatever. And so overall, Your Quarterly Invited was a pretty good movie, and I liked it. And I'm going to give Your Quarterly Invited 3.5 out of 5 stars. If you have Amazon Prime Video, and if you're interested in checking out this movie, then I say this might be a good one to watch. Since I know this movie has something to do with love and weddings and all that, that this might be a good watch for Valentine's Day, for Valentine's month, since it's already February. And what more can I say? Like I said, I would rate this film 3.5 out of 5 stars. It's a good movie. I liked it. And if you haven't seen it yet, then I say I recommend it if you have Amazon Prime Video. And there you have it, guys. That's going to be it for my movie review on Your Quarterly Invited. And that's going to be it for this video. So make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And as always, thanks for watching. And until next time, this is Mr. A. Crizzy saying goodbye, everybody, and that's about it.